Hey everybody, it's Charlie Young. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Music Video with me, Charlie Young. Today we're actually going to be going behind the music video of Summer Is Mine. Again, this is one of, I believe it's my second music video that I ever did. So it's going to be fun to kind of go back and recall the stories and just, how that music video came to be. So let's get into it. Okay, so I have to say, first of all, I love New York City. I have spent I was thinking about it, and I believe I've spent over half of my life. Keep saying like my adult life, but I think it's my life in New York or New York City. So I love this montage of the subway and of not the Chrysler Building, excuse me, the Empire State Building. The Chrysler Building, FYI, is my favorite building in New York. And anyway, it's really fun and awesome to have these, reminders of New York within this music video, because that's where this music video was shot, was New York City. So I was not there with the crew when they shot these montage scenes, but I'm so happy that they did, because for me, these are really awesome parts of the video.
I know it's time to shine. All the stars.
And again, here's Times Square, again capturing some iconic parts of New York. Times Square is not my favorite thing, not my favorite place to be. It's like one of those things where you go there if you have to, otherwise you kind of avoid it. But I mean, the first time you go to New York, it's awesome, of course.
Online. In the summertime, I know the world is mine. Through the rain or shine, I know the summer's mine. I'm feeling like it's the time of my life. Don't really care if it's wrong or
Okay, so this is kind of fun. I always stop on the weirdest expressions, but whatever. Anyway, this is kind of fun because we're playing with multiple identities, kind of how we did in the I Want It Now music video. So again, we're playing with multiple identities. So this is obviously me in a blonde wig. Fun story. For a long time, every Halloween was a different version of Britney Spears. I've also been Paris Hilton, so celebrities like that. So I have some awesome blonde wigs, and it's fun to try out being blonde. I love my hair color, and I like to add in fun colors into my hair. But, just channeling different parts of my personality. And this is kind of the bubbly blonde side.
it's right. My soul is free and I've got to roam. I'll go where I'll go, you ought to know. So tired of all the simple life. Want the fire in me to come alive. My mind is set on just having fun. The golden seashore, that's where I'll run. I know that summer's only once a year, but I don't care.
So you can see that we're definitely focusing on this character and really getting into into this persona, this really fun persona, and pink is associated with her. So you're about to see that shift right now.
I know that summer's only once a year, but I don't care. Because the summer is mine. I know the summer's mine. I feel it all the time. All the stars align. I know it's time to shine. I know the summer's mine. Even through winter time.
What you'll also notice about the pink character, I call it the pink character because that's the color associated with her in the editing. There's like a pink hue to her shots. And, there's some pink intercut in some of the shots. I don't know if you've caught that. But anyway, one thing you'll notice too is the way that the shots are created the composition of them. There's a lot of movement in them, as well as kind of funky kind of angles. So you'll notice that. And in some of these other upcoming personas, you're going to notice that the camera either doesn't move as much or moves in a different way. So keep track of that.
Through the rain or shine, I know the world is mine. I'm finally living my wildest dreams, no longer ripping apart at the seams. My heart is open and that's everything. No need to worry about anything. I'm living life the way it's meant to be.
Okay, so you can see what I'm talking about. So for this persona, this blue girl who, by the way, in case you wanted to know, this is my favorite persona of the music video because I love the 80s. I love strong, dynamic looks and just feminine energy. And this persona is just basically all encompassing of that. So this is like my vibe. But anyway, where I'm going at with that commentary is you'll notice that the camera and the shots are a lot more just dead on, straight on, very decisive. There's not so much play in the camera moving and things. So again, that's something to note for this video.
No more sorrow in my new reality. My smile's returning and I'm filled with bliss. The sun shines on.
Have you noticed in this music video, since we have these profile shots or any other music videos, how many of you have noticed that I don't have pierced ears? And I never have. My parents were not very strict with me growing up, but the one thing I was not allowed to get until I was 16 years old was pierced ears. And like when I was 10, I really wanted to have them. And they're like, no, you need to wait, blah, blah, blah. And I was like confused because they were never strict about, a lot of different things. And then by the time I was 16, I was like, I'm good. I like being different. So yeah, there's a little fun fact for you.
I know that summer's only once a year, but I don't care. I know that.
You'll notice too, there's some stuttering in these shots, but it's still very like, I would say just very like heavy and very hard and very intentional. So instead of waving and being kind of like, playful, it's more like boom, 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 boom.
Summer's only once a year, but I don't care. Because the summer is mine. I know the summer's mine. I feel it all the time. All the stars align. I know it's time to shine. I know the summer's mine. Even through winter time. Through the rain or shine. I know the world is mine.
Okay, so you've been seeing, I've stopped on the pink girl again, but you're seeing like the orange now being interspersed with that third persona that we've kind of been seeing since the beginning, the kind of posh persona in the gray dress and like the bejeweled, handbag. Anyway, it's interesting because it wasn't part of my concept, at least, I didn't direct this video. One of my friends from my master's program at the Actor Studio did, Paul Edwards. So anyway, even though I wasn't director of this, you still talk through concepts and through ideas. And it was very interesting because I didn't think of associating these different colors with these different personas. So that was interesting how that came about. And so the pink, the blue, and the orange. So that was something that I didn't really even see until after the video was done.
I know that summer is mine. I know that summer is mine. I know.
And so now we're going back to the persona that is supposed to be me, my authentic, my genuine self. As you can see, the makeup is not as heavy as it was with the 3 other personas. And it's just a more natural look, and we don't have all these different colors filtering in and out. It's really just the standard shot with no filter, no color filter. So that's another interesting part of storytelling. People don't again, I can't speak for other people because unfortunately we all come, whenever we look at something, we always bring our own individual biases and experiences to everything. It's really hard for anybody to be completely objective. I really find that that's not really possible, right? So I always look at things through the lens of somebody who studied film and as a filmmaker and an artist, musician, all of those things. So, when I look at this, it's always interesting that there are so many things that you can play with when you're telling a story. And like I said, next time you watch a movie or even a television show, look at the colors that they pick. Like this is obviously very intentional color choices that are very obvious. But just look at the way that certain shows look and see if it fits the genre. So that's your little homework assignment.
I know that summer is mine. I feel it all the time. I know that summer's mine. I feel it all the time. All the stars align. I know it's time to shine. I know that summer's mine.
And so the fun thing about this is in this shot where I'm meeting my friends, the woman that I'm hugging, her name is Jenny Burks, and I went to the Actors Studio Drama School with her, and we actually did our thesis for our master's program together. We did the play Almost Maine, if you're familiar with it. It was really fun and awesome. Anyway, she did the makeup on this shoot. She did the makeup and the hair. And then Jasmine in the back did the choreography and the editing for the music video. So it's fun. We actually have the crew in here as the cast. So, it's and it's just really showing how you have all these versions of yourself and your persona, but it's just always the best option to just be you and to not put on all these masks and faces. I mean, obviously, when you go throughout life, you have to, there's certain places where there's a certain, type of behavior or decorum that's expected that you have to, follow, or that it's, better, it's in your best interest to follow. But at the end of the day, you need to be true to yourself. And that's really, a lot of people don't realize that this song, it's not, it sounds like it's kind of light-hearted and there really isn't much substance to it, but it's actually, if you listen to the lyrics, here's another homework assignment for you. It's actually about overcoming, just feeling, hopeless or despair or being depressed. I know that summer's mine, even through wintertime. So even through your dark days, even through those days where it feels like things are never going to get better, it will. Like, the summer is yours. Opportunity is yours. You have to adjust your mental attitude, your perspective.
Even through the rain or shine.
I really love these neon lights, by the way. Like these marquee for the title. Kind of matching that Times Square vibe and looping that back in.
I know the world is mine.
And that's really cool because with the world, I know the world is mine is the last, line of the song. And then they show Times Square where it really feels like when you're there that the whole world is there. But again, Summer's Mine is about, shifting your perspective and going for what you want and knowing that anything is possible with the right mental attitude and that you don't have to live a disenfranchised life. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Behind the Music Video with me, Charley Young. And if you are so inclined, please like and subscribe, and I will see you here next time. Take care of yourself.